What's up, y'all? Got another NBA draft class video. As you can see, this is Isaiah Austin from Baylor. At one point, he was actually considered like he could be a lottery pick at some point last year during his freshman season, but he's been a little bit inconsistent. I couldn't make him quite as thin, and of course, without the goggles, you can't make him look exactly like himself, but this is the best that we could do with the tools that we have on next gen. So you're taking a look at some of the ratings, and then, of course, there are the stats. Here's what I'm talking about. See, as a freshman, he averaged 13 a game, shot about 46% from the field, 33% from three-point range, 8.3 blocks. 8.3 rebounds, 1.7 blocks. Not a bad freshman season at all. He just chose to come back, which I think was a smart decision theoretically. Now, but sophomore year has been a bit of a struggle for him because his numbers are down in pretty much every category except for block shots. So that's kind of the deal. Isaiah Austin is 7'1". He got a 7'3" wingspan, I believe it is. He's got an odd game because he plays on the perimeter a lot. Shoots the three, very super thin. This, the guy that I had to choose for him, they don't really let you make guys as thin as you should be able to. That's a physical slider that needs to be improved. But yeah, his game is odd. So you're going to see the strength rating and the aggressive back down is not going to be good because he's really kind of like a stretch five. He can shoot it from deep. His percentage is not excellent, but he definitely has a good stroke. He actually can even put the ball on the floor a little bit too. He has an intriguing game, but at 7'1" and so thin, and with his rebound numbers falling off, it's kind of hard to make his rating really high, but I still think he's an interesting prospect. He would probably be to be honest, he would be better off going back for a junior year. I don't know if he's going to do that, though. His stock has fallen a lot, though, because most mock drafts you'll see have him in the second round. So that's a far cry from where he once was. But I don't know. I know he's had his eye, he's been looking at the NBA for since high school. He probably, if he had been able to come straight out of high school, he probably would have. So when you kind of had your goal set on that for a while, I changed him to a shirt. Sometimes he wears a shirt. If you have your goal set on that for a while, it's going to be hard to see what's going to happen. But this is Jordan Bachynski. Big. This is a true center for real, and, from Arizona State. Huge guy, big wingspan. I believe he's 7'1" as well. 7'2", I'm sorry, 248. Big time shot blocker. Now, in case you're wondering, like, how did he get to Isaiah Austin, Jordan Bachynski? There's still a lot of big time first round guys he haven't done. They're coming. I just decided to flip this and do it in alphabetical order, so it just made it easier for me. But yeah, back to Jordan Bachynski. This dude is going to be a rim protector in the NBA. He's probably going to be a second round pick, but just look at his numbers and how they've progressed as he's gotten older. All the way up to 11.2 points a game. He's never going to be a scorer. He's never going to be a big scorer in the NBA, but look at the block shots. From 0.8 to 1.4 to 3.4 to 4.2 block shots this season. Rebounds up to 8.42. 8.4 as well. So, and even the free throw percentage is going up. He's all the way up to almost 70% from free throw line. He's worked on his game. That's why the block shots is why he got the eraser signature skill. He's worked on his game a lot, left-handed too, so that also is a different wrinkle close to the basket. So I think that Bachynski is going to make an NBA team. He's going to be a backup center. He might get as high as the first backup, the first backup to in a legitimate center rotation. Not going to be a star at all, so we don't have to worry about that. But he has you saw he had a 67 overall rating. Isaiah Austin had the 65. I just give Bachynski a little bit of an edge because he already has the NBA body, and if you're a big that rebounds and defends and protects the basket, then he's gonna probably get on the floor quicker than a guy like Isaiah Austin, who's gonna have to find the right coach and style that is gonna let him really play the game that he really wants to play and needs to play, which is a perimeter game. Bachynski is more of a traditional center, and that's going to probably be accepted a little easier than Isaiah Austin's game, shooting the threes from the outside. So that's the deal on Jordan Bachynski. Moving on to the last guy in this particular update, and I'm going to see if I can get another update out before the end of this week. But moving on, this is an international player, Bogdan Bogdanovich. Gave him a 67 overall. He's a 6'6" shooting guard from Serbia. He doesn't have a ton of crazy off the dribble moves, but he's not purely a spot up shooter, but the best aspect of his game, I believe, is his perimeter shooting. Pretty good in the passing lanes too, from the tape and the video that I've watched of him. If you look at these statistics, are from Eurobasket, so they're a little bit structured a little bit differently, but you can kind of see what we mean here. 38% from three-point range, about 46% from the field, 1.7 steals. So he is, I like his game, definitely. In my latest mock draft on Bleacher Report, I have him going to the Spurs. I think that he'd be a nice replacement for my new Ginobili, who is getting up there in age. Skills have eroded a bit. I think Bogdanovic has a type of skill set that could come in and play a role similar to what Ginobili has played. From watching the videos and the games that I've seen of his on YouTube, some of them are highlight reels, some of them are actual, like, literally stretches of game action, which I think you get a little bit more from when you see that. Not to mention, of course, Draft Express always has really cool scouting report video breakdowns. But watching him, I love his competitiveness. He goes hard, almost, pretty much every time I've seen. His intensity level is high. He is not afraid to take big shots at all. He gets really good elevation on his jump shot, which is the reason why I chose this shooting form for him. He gets real high, releases the ball at the top of his jump, and it's a pure stroke. It's a kind of a rainbow, but it's a pure stroke. So I like his game. I think he's an NBA player. I think he's a six-man bench player, but I do think he's an NBA player. I mean, for the right team with the right surrounding teammates, I think he could actually be a starter. He could develop into that, but I think for right now, I think he is a bench player. I believe he's 21 years old. Not an explosive athlete, so that is one big drawback on him, which is why I don't have him doing a bunch of crazy dunks. But I still think he's a decent prospect. Could also play the small forward as well. So that is this episode of the Draft Update. Y'all stay tuned for more. Please also don't download this before it's done. I got a lot of people downloading it already. It's not done yet. Hold up, subscribe, follow. Peace.